Hey, welcome back to Delectable You, recipes for food and for life. Today we are making some sesame, flax, chia seed crackers. Yes, indeed, these are vegan and they're gluten-free, so they're friendly for all of the dietary restrictions you may or may not have in your own or your friends' diets. And I love serving this with a cheese plate. You can do vegan cheese, regular cheese. I also love eating it with guacamole. It's the summertime, so I'm eating guacamole like it's going out of style, but I don't always want to have the corn chips because they don't always treat my body so nicely. So these are the perfect alternative. Now, you will notice in here, I've covered it up, but let me reveal what I have. So I've got a bowl. I've already put in 1/4 cup of chia seeds, 1/4 cup of flax seeds, 1/2 cup of sesame seeds, 1/2 cup of flaxseed meal, a full cup of filtered water, 1.5 tablespoons of tamari, which is gluten-free soy sauce, and 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Now I stirred that all around so that it was nice and incorporated, and then I covered it with this trusty little cutting board. And I let it sit on the counter at room temperature for an hour. Now, as you'll notice, it's a paste, which is exactly what we want to do. So step 2 now is to preheat your oven, which I've already done, to 350 degrees. And grab yourself a sheet pan, and you can put parchment paper on it, or you can put a silicone mat like I have here. And we're going to grab a spoon and our cracker mix that aren't crackers yet, and we're just going to dump this onto the pan. And what we're going to do basically is just spread it out as thinly as we possibly can, and in, you know, in as uniform a shape as we possibly can, and like thin like a cracker. And that's about it for now. So use the back of your spoon, you can use your hands. Okay, this is about as even as it gets. Now make sure you don't have any holes from when you were going back over it with the back of your spoon or your hand. So you don't want that. And it's relatively shaped like a rectangle. I'm okay with that. All right. Before you put it in the oven, grab yourself a knife or a pizza roller, pizza cutter, and oops, there's another hole. And we're gonna score it. So to score it means we're not gonna quite cut it, but we're going to half cut it so that when it comes out of the oven, we can easily break the crackers into uniform shaped pieces. It's kind of like, you know, the serrated edge when you have a bill to pay. You take the bottom off with the serrated edge. That's what we're doing. So whatever shape you want. Squares work for me. Just think of what's easier for cheese and crackers or guac and crackers. And I'm gonna leave those big. So that's it. All we have to do now is put this in the oven. Remember, 350 degrees, 25 to 35 minutes, or until they're lightly browned. And once they're done, you're just gonna open up the oven door, turn the oven off, but just let these sit and dry out in the oven until they're totally cool before you break them apart. All right, here we go. All right, this oven has been off for a few hours now, which is why I'm going to stick my hands in here and I'm not going to burn myself because it's not on. So what I did was I turned the oven off after about 35 minutes, and then I just opened the door and I let the crackers cool like this. So now they're hard, and now all I have to do is literally chip them off just like this. And if you find there are any places that, like in the middle, if you had some of the crackers that were too thick and they're still a little bit gooey, just put them back in the oven for a little bit longer because you really want them to be crispy like this. They'll keep longer. So at this point, you just break them off and then stick them in an airtight container. Oop, there's another cracker. Stick them in an airtight container with a lid on it, and they can stay probably up to a week on the counter. They're not gonna last that long though, because you're gonna serve them with a cheese plate or with some guacamole or something, and you're just gonna eat right through them. So that's how you make your flax, sesame, chia seed, vegan, gluten-free crackers. I hope that you enjoy these, and I will hope to see you again next time. This has been Lauren with Delectable You. Enjoy your crackers.